Good morning. So I am on the way to a job. It is a Sunday, unbelievable, and yeah, going off to a farm to do some work in a workshop that we kitted out a little while ago. So yeah, gonna get down there, got loads of cables to pull in, do commando sockets and things like that. So let's do this. So we are going to pull in essentially a 40 amp circuit on a 10mm for a compressor, a new 32 amp commando socket, a new 16 amp commando socket, and a 32 amp supply for a ramp. It might be a 20 amp, but we're going to wire it in a 6mm so they can have a bigger ramp in future if they need one as well. All single phase equipment. Got a nice perimeter trunking all the way around the whole shed that we put in before. Which has gone quite well actually. It's worked well because it means we just got a good wiring system everywhere. It goes up above the roller shutter doors, up there as well, all the way across. But yeah, so what we're gonna do, I'm here on my own, so I'm gonna have to struggle a little bit, but I'm gonna pull these cables in this trunk in. But what I've used, offcuts of PVC conduit cut into 50mm lengths that I can then use as a stop, essentially stop the cables falling out through the front. So what I'll do, I'll start from one end, pull all the cables out on the reelers, start laying them into the trunk in, putting the plastic conduits in, and then lid in as I go. So I'll put a little clip of me doing that as I'm saying that. And then that means I can get my cables all the way around because they're going quite far. So I think the longest of the 4 circuits is going about 60 meters in here. It's quite a big shed, surprising. Yeah, and then I'll show you what we're going to do at the front here as well. So at the front we've got individual power supplies for each roller shutter door. So, oh look at that, that's already broken, that one. It's only been in 6 months. Oh my god, bloody farmers. But what he wants is power over here as well, so that because he's got nowhere he can plug in at the front of the workshop. So what we're actually going, because these are on a 20 amp circuit, designated circuit each door, we're just going to cut a socket in here as well, in a waterproof enclosure, single socket, so they can use that, because they're never going to use the door and that socket at the same time. I mean, the door's only got a tiny little motor, it's only like a 400 watt motor anyway. So we're going to put them on there, on all three of the steels, and then chuck one twin socket underneath the distribution board as well. Compressor is going over there, so it's the furthest point in the workshop. 32 amp and 16 amp socket are going over there. Vehicle ramp supply is going there. So yes, right, let's get some cables pulled in. Gained a lot of weight over Christmas, so I stopped going to the gym in October because I hurt my back at work again. And I gained all that weight I lost when I was going to the gym. So I'm back at the gym now, and looking to hopefully get myself sorted out again, because when I was a younger man, I was always relatively fit. So yeah, looking to get back on it. I've done quite well, so I've been going to the gym now for about 6 weeks, and I've lost about 6 kilos, which is about almost a stone, so it's pretty good, because I was at my heaviest when I started 6 weeks ago, I was at 95 kilos. That's the heaviest I've ever been, which is not good, not good. So back to the gym tonight again, hopefully smash a bit more out, because I'm enjoying it as well. It's been really good for my sort of mental state, because I've just been really lacking in energy lately. And yeah, so I mean, it all sort of started, as if you don't know, so I broke my back in January 22. I fell off a ladder at work. I fell 4 meters, landed on my arse and crushed 3 vertebrae. So it was not a very good time, if I'm honest. Didn't have income protection and all that stuff. I'm going to say stuff because I shouldn't really swear in these videos. And yeah, it just was a difficult time, but it meant I gained a lot of weight for that period of time and lost a huge amount of strength because I wasn't able to work. But sort of 18 months after that all happened, I decided I was able to go to the gym. The doctors and that said, yeah, go on, go for it, you're okay. And I started rebuilding myself, and then I hurt myself at work again, and it put me out of action for about 3 weeks. Nightmare. So we're going to try and pick up where we left off and lose all this puppy fat, as I would call it, and get back to being a bit fitter, hopefully. But yeah, you might have noticed in here we're using twin and earth for 2 of the circuits. Now that is because we are just trying to save a bit of cost on the job for the client, really. So the client's a good friend of mine, and you know, the compressor's being wired in 10mm, and unfortunately 10mm singles are quite expensive for, you know, a 100 meter drum of each. And I happen to have a decent sized drum of 10mm twin and earth left over from another job, so we've managed to do that at a discounted price, and it's saved him quite a bit of money, and it's got rid of a bit of cable that's in my workshop. So and then likewise with one of the 6mm circuits, we've done that in the twin and earth as well, or I've done it in the twin and earth as well, just to keep the cost down a little bit, really, because, you know, my client, like myself, has got a business to run at the end of the day, and you don't have an endless pot of money. And the fact that we've used a twin and earth in a steel trunking might very much frustrate some of you. However, there's nothing wrong with it. And yeah, it is what it is, but it's got to be done. Let's go and say hello to Gracie, look, shall we? Playing around a bit. They've got a lot of dogs here, a lot of dogs. And this one, Grace here, she is lovely, aren't you, Grace? Yes. She's the most playful dog you'll ever meet. If you throw a stick for her once, she will not freaking leave you alone. Oh, what is this? That's not a stick, is it? Hey? Beautiful dog, beautiful. Right, better crack on. So I'm fucking fatty, look, I need to get rid of it. Over halfway. So I've come from distribution board all the way around, and I am at that point so far. So let's show you what we've done there. So I have dropped out my 6mm set for the vehicle ramp, and then still going on, I've got, my God, I need to sneeze. Woo! 10mm for the compressor, 6mm for the 32 amp socket, and a set 2.5 for the 16 amp socket. And that is going to get us, so we've got probably, what, 3, 6, I think there was 18, yeah, about 21 meters to go still. And that gets us over to the final location, so not too bad. Oh my God. And then I might start looking at the sockets on the front there, possibly. I can't finish all this today. I'm here on my own. I was supposed to have the old man with me, but he's actually off refereeing a football match. But yes. My God. So let's crack on, get some more of this wrapped up, and then hopefully we'll have had a decent day today. So I do need to get the cables back to the board. I'll show you that quickly as well. Show you that, shall we? Grace, you little muppet. So there's a nice fuse box distribution board. I put a reel out about that one a little while ago. So we are here currently. trunking's getting a little bit tight now actually, because all these are additions that keep being added on. So we need to come up across the top of the doorway there, around, and then into the board. We've got two 16mm 3-core SWAs here that we need to gland off as well, which go off and feed a couple of cabins outside. So there it is, those two cabins there, which we're going to get connected. So those are going to be used as like a office for my client. So he's got a decent area to run his business from. But yeah, it's a cracking place this. Makes my workshop look crap. Well, there we go, that is one day done. I couldn't do any more filming in there because there's too many people about. But I managed to get the cables all the way around. And back at the board as well, so I've fed it up around that sort of awkward bit of trunking up to the board. So they're there ready to go now. So I mean, I left there at 2:30. I'm going off to do a couple of quotes now, and hopefully get down to the gym. So we'll have a look in a minute. I'll see you in a second when we get to one of my quotes, hopefully, providing there's no one there, because it is a holiday let, so we will see. Okay, so I'm quickly doing a quote. I'm not going to show you too much because it's obviously somebody's property. It's a holiday let, so we are quoting to do smoke alarm upgrade to meet the new regulations. So they currently have only got a smoke alarm in the on the landing and in the hallway. So we need to go for all bedrooms, kitchen, there's needs a heat alarm, the lounge, any cupboards that require them as well. So we've had a quick look. Well, I've had a quick look around, and they will actually go. So they'll go from having 2 alarms to 12 smokes and 1 heat detector in this property. We also need to quote for doing an EICR while we're here. So when you're looking pricing for doing an EICR, things I would look at while you're there, just have a general face value look at things, okay? If you can see, there'll be some things that are abundantly obvious if there's been some DIY going on. So have just a little whip around and make sure that things look like they're not too dodgy. You want to take a photograph of the fuse board or consume unit, so you know how many circuits are in there, because most electricians price per circuit. Yeah, I would also say it's worthwhile looking at the meter. Look at the meter while you're here. Get a photograph of that so you know what size tails and things you're going to be dealing with. Make sure that, you know, because you might be able to pre-warn the client of some things that are non-compliant. But yes, nice property. Very nice property. So I'm about to finish here in a minute, so I can get these quotes done tonight, hopefully sent over. Hopefully they get accepted, and then it's another one I've got to try and fit in at some point. But yeah, hopefully I'm going to get to the gym tonight. We'll see, timing wise. It's like 5 o'clock now, but hopefully I can get there in time to have a relaxing evening and try and work off some of this chub, which is upsetting me greatly at the moment. I don't know if I'm sure some of you guys feel the same. I'm not a vain person, not overly, but I just don't feel very happy in myself. So it's time to do something about it. Okay, so that's this quote done, yeah. So again, while you're looking for doing the smoke alarm quote though, it's worth paying attention to where the existing alarms are, if they are here. And then figuring out, you know, up in the loft, am I going to be able to wire them easily? If so, brilliant, great. So you can just get bog standard alarms. You don't need to get radio links. Downstairs, a bit more of an issue potentially. Is it going to be easy to pull up carpets? Am I going to have to move much furniture? Is there any vinyl down or hardwood floors anywhere that are going to prevent me from doing that? So it's worth making note of all these things before you price it, because it could really scupper you when you come to actually do the job. If you've priced it on rewiring it properly, and then you come back and you think, oh God, there's actually hardwood oak flooring down everywhere upstairs, so you actually can't take any floors up, that would be an absolute nightmare. So just little things to bear in mind when you're doing a quote. And in fact, it's almost worthwhile making up a little spreadsheet for yourself. All right, a little bit of paper that you can take to a job, and you can sort of just tick off things and say, yeah, okay, so, you know, if you're going to do a consume unit change or something like that, you want to know how many circuits there are, How many numbers of 6 amps, 32s, etc.? Do you need to replace the tails? Yes, tick. Do you need to add smoke alarms into the property? Do you need to add bonding? Do you need to do this? You know, it just means you don't miss something, and it makes the process much easier and self-explanatory for you every time you do it. I mean, as you do it more and more, you'll know it off by heart, but might be worth doing, worth looking at anyway. Right, I'm going to head off, and hopefully I'll see you in the gym. I've made it. I'm at the gym, so time to put some hard work in. Let's do it. Well, there we have it. An hour and 20 minutes in the gym. That's a lie. It's about 50 minutes in the gym and then half an hour in the sauna and jacuzzi. But who's counting, you know? You know, I think it's good to de-stress with what we do as tradesmen, tradeswomen, tradespeople, whatever you want to call us. We live very highly stressful lives. You know, whether even if you're employed, it's quite stressful. Pressure is being applied to people these days as employees to make sure jobs get done. You know, at the end of the day, people have got to make money. So I think it's good that we can treat ourselves to little things like that and de-stress and relax and recompose and get ready for another day tomorrow. How exciting. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Another video coming out next week. We're going to be back to the farm, get that finished off. So we've got to connect the cabins up. We need to do all sorts of stuff. But yeah, thank you so much. And I will see you this time next week, or possibly sooner. Who knows? Thank you so much.